Hello everyone, welcome back for Vikings, the mid-season finale. I know I'm a bit late, the episode has been released for quite some time already, but to make up for that, let's dive into it without further ado. Here we go.
Which is the twilight of the gods. The end of everything.
A bit of a dramatic, eh? It's Ragnarok.
Say it's the end of everything.
Well, in a way it might be. It's the beginning of the end of the northern traditions, the folklore, the old gods. So yeah, in a way it is Ragnarok.
And if we are correct, it's over ground.
Well, technically it's been the beginning of the end since the first Viking raids on English settlements. And since that very day, that was the rabbit hole. But
I've committed myself to the destructive element.
he's such an emo. So is Oleg really okay with that?
They should be here, helping us prepare for the invasion of the Rus.
It will bite them in the ass in the end if they keep being so short-sighted. If Kattegat falls, they'll follow. So she's never gonna give birth, I fear. It's not the first time she's ridden pregnant, she's fought pregnant.
We have some misgivings. Who does it? Being human.
I don't think Gunhild is gonna give birth. The relationship has grown cold between the two. We're quite far from the friendship of early days. He's jealous.
Don't have much of a chance.
Harold is so jealous.
You're the second wife. Second wives don't matter very much.
Harold, you're never going to have much luck with women. You better accept it.
What do you want to say to me?
Marry me.
I want to say to you, we will make you queen of all Norway.
Harold wishes all women would look at him the way they look at Bjorn, but hey,
I'm sure I would enjoy getting to know the best fruit is always.
forget it, dude. Forget it.
I'm only asking you to think about my suggestion.
Well, he's planting seeds, but not the one he wants. Sorry. But yeah, no. No, Harold. Yeah. Yeah. That was so obvious.
I know it is what you wanted, so I am sorry too.
Well, be sorry for yourself
But it
first.
is the judgment of the gods.
I wanted our son.
That's gonna drive her away. Yeah, she might go to Harold eventually. Ingrid,
I want only what is best for you, Gunhild.
do you?
Thanks to you. You helped him escape, no?
Is she planted by Oleg as well?
How would I know such things if I were not on his side? I do not love Oleg, surely you know that.
Will we get more development on that character, on Katya? Beyond just what we had so far, which wasn't much. Are we getting a real character? Yeah, she's... What's Oleg's game in all of that? He's planning something.
Let her go. Don't hurt her. Let her go.
Is that your way of seducing someone? Harold.
Only both of us will die.
they're making it like Harold is about to step a line, which definitely is, but he has already stepped that line. We're sympathetic to him, but he's already raped so many women. Fuck you, Harold. They're here. Alright, let's get ready for battle. Welcome to Kattegat.
I'm not going to learn to attack my own people with a Christian army.
You got a point there.
I like being on the winning side.
And he got a point there.
We betray our gods. And you also betray our father.
Yeah, Bjorn will never know that Ragnar really doubted the gods and all of that in the end.
He knew that I would be the only one to remain alive.
The shadow of Ragnar still looms very much above Bishop, which is one of the good points.
We're more interested in preserving his legacy, which is what we have done.
To have a character with such a massive impact on everything in the end.
His real legacy
Ragnar.
is safe with me.
I wonder if we will ever get news on Wessex and what's going on in England, but maybe next season, but I don't think so. I think they'll keep that for the other shows. Alright, here we go. That's a great setup though. I assume most of it's real. Yeah. Maybe a little bit CG enhanced, but yeah. Well, in the end, Ube was a sensible one. Getting out of there. Fucking off to Iceland. And then to America. Whatever the issues he may find in Iceland, which we haven't seen this episode yet, will probably be the final scene, I think. Yeah, whatever the issues over there, he's probably better off. Well, that remains to be seen, but... When they meet again, after the battle. Visually, that's nice, but... Narratively speaking, okay. Yeah, what the fuck is young Igor doing into that? Well, he's getting his first taste of battle, which will probably not be the last considering the life he's gonna lead. That is Gunhild about to die. Oleg versus Gunhild. That can be one hell of a fight. Alright, here we go. Oh no. For another time maybe? Well, I don't think so, but... Yeah, she did the sensible thing. Get out of here, girl.
Are you going to climb the mountain?
Probably not.
Of course. How?
The balloons.
Like this.
Really, Ivor? Really? I have issues believing that, but alright, why not? Honestly, I'm not even sure that's physically and humanly possible, but okay, why not? And between all of that, he found the time to make back and forth to the beach with Bjorn to talk. He must be fucking exhausted. Well, something big better happen, because we're reaching the end of the episode. I don't think we'll see Iceland this one. Someone's gonna end up dying. Harald, or maybe even Bjorn. But yeah, something big gotta happen there. Because otherwise the episode has been pretty underwhelming, I must say.
Save yourself, Truggermore. Find yourself another home. Find yourself another
That's nice of you, Harold. You're a dick, but... And you're a dick too, Eric, but... Actually, you're all dicks. But... Yeah, so what's the point of that whole... Okay... Bye, Bjorn. Yeah, it was bound to happen. Most of his great stories were behind him. He's left his mark. He's already a legend. Yeah. Bye, Bjorn. Well, that was the mid-season finale of Vikings. We lost Bjorn and Harold. It was logical. Yeah, it was bound to happen. We are reaching the end. Bjorn has had most of his life behind him. His greatest accomplishments. He's left his mark on history in his way, in the legends. Yeah, it was time for him to go. Like all Vikings, like all good characters, because he was a good character. He had his flaws. He had many flaws. But he was a force of nature. Alexander Ludwig portrayed him really well. He had some amazing scenes in the last episodes. The whole funeral of Lagatha. And before that, he had his moment to shine. I think it was his best moments in the entire show. And yeah, farewell to him. As we said, farewell to Lagatha earlier. And Harold too, so yeah. Well, what was the point of Harold's raping Ingrid in the end? Well, just shock value. I feel it was just a bit of shock value, to be honest. Like, yeah, okay, let's turn him into, let's show his... But, but it's a double-edged sword, because in another way, yeah, it was the Vikings way. They were all dicks and rapists, so showing that aspect of them in the end is true to who they were. But for the character of Harold, yeah, well, we didn't see Iceland this episode. We'll see next season. I think that's the reason why, yeah, some of the main characters had to go. We had to leave room for to resolve the last thread of the current stories. Ube in Iceland and in America. Probably the end of Ivor and Fitzroy by the end of the next season. We're gonna find out what's happening with Floki, I guess, because he and potentially Rollo are the last currently living characters from season 1. So it would be fun to have a little bit of catch up on Floki and Rollo the next half of the season. And yeah, Kattegat fell. And yeah, I think the second half of the season is going to be dedicated to the aftermath of all of that and the beginning of the full evangelization of Scandinavia and the northern countries and the death of the Viking folklore and traditions. It's going to be the logical end of the story eventually. And I'm curious to see how they'll pick up on the side shows and see what they'll deal with. But, well, Vikings over for now, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the ride. I'll catch you all around. Bye, guys.